Hey, everybody, this is Joshua Littrell, and you're joining the Veterans for Cannabis podcast. Thanks so much for taking time out to listen to what we have to say today. Today, I am extremely honored and joined by retired Colonel Mark Olson, Marine Corps. How are you doing today, sir?
Hey, Josh, I'm doing great. Thanks for including me.
Absolutely, sir. You know, your story is one that's one that I hear a lot, and I can't wait for our listeners to actually hear your story because it's really, it happens a lot, first and foremost, and second, it's really beneficial to our listeners because it can have a direct impact on how they can help improve their conversations with people who may not be open to cannabis as a treatment option, and that's something you can help them understand how to actually talk to people about it. But before we get into all that, I want our listeners to get a sense of where you're at geographically in the country. If you don't mind telling them where you're located at.
Sure. We live in Lansing, Kansas. I've got my wife Donna here with me. Um, we live in Lansing, Kansas. It is about 15 minutes south of Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. So a lot of Army folks will be familiar with that. And for those maybe not, I'm 15 minutes north of the Kansas City Speedway where NASCAR does NASCAR stuff in Kansas City.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thanks so much for telling us where you're at. And Donna, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you.
Well, absolutely, and I can't say thank you enough for just letting the hubby take a little time, and for you also taking the time out to join us today too, because you guys' story is absolutely unbelievable, and what y'all are starting and what you're doing for the community and what you're going to do for the entire country at some point in time is going to be tremendous. So, let's talk a little bit about Greater Than You Farm. Tell us about what that is and what you all intend to do.
Um, Greater Than You Farm was something that Donna and I created together. It started out as a concept of me using plant therapy for my PTSD. Uh, I, I, I do not eat salads. Donna's in my first date. We laughed at each other because I said I don't eat salads, and now I grow them. So that was kind of humorous. I thought so. But anyway, Greater Than You Farm. The concept is I needed something that helped me out, which was the growing of plants. But I needed it to be more than just me. Not about me making a profit or anything like that. It needed to be like so many of us. We need something that's bigger than ourselves. So uh, I grew so that I could provide other people with healthy food. Uh, Me providing them healthy food, they handed dollars back over for the food that I grew for them. That those dollars then are donated back into veteran service organizations and back into the farm. We're not looking to make a profit off of this. It's trying to show people in the area that you can grow your own healthy food. And I can get into a whole day seminar on healthy food, but at least if you're growing your greens, you know what's in them, and they're going to be healthier than what you buy, and they're going to be fresher and better tasting. So anyway, I'm sorry. Back to Greater Than You. So Greater Than You is greater than me as an individual. It's greater than Donna and I as a couple. And the people that become involved in it are also greater than themselves. The person that buys the microgreen or the vegetable, they now are part of that loop. They're helping me with my PTSD. They're helping
Absolutely.
other veteran organizations that Don and I are able to donate to now because of this. So it's a big circle, is what it is.
Well, Colonel, you guys have a really unique logo. Tell us a little bit about that logo, and then we'll get into the farm itself.
Yeah. Well, the mathematical symbol greater than you, and then just a capital U. Greater than you farm is a lot to say, and it's a lot to put on a business card or a sign or anything. But it also
Sure.
engages your brain, which is the other part of what we do. Is we want to make sure that people's brains are engaged, not just mindless zombies doing something. something that makes you think. When they see our logo, they have to think for a second. Why is that V? And we have a lot of folks that say, hey, aren't you the guys from U Farm? And they don't even have a concept of what the greater than symbol is. So that gets us into a conversation. So it's a conversation starter, but it's also kind of, oh yeah, I get that, so yeah, a little tongue. Out as a teacher. I started out as a physics major in college, but I did not get my degree in physics.
Gotcha. What was that degree in, Colonel?
I have a degree in economics from the Virginia Military Institute there in Lexington, Virginia.
So Donna, tell us, who came up with the actual logo of the farm? Was it you or Colonel Olson?
Oh, it was Mark. His math skills are better than mine, because I'm one of those few that looked at it and I said, "Did you mean to type that?"
Oh my gosh, that's like, so funny.
So yeah, and then when I said, "Well, gosh, people are going to have trouble, figuring that out," he said, "That's the point. They have to stop and talk to us."
Absolutely, makes all the difference in the world right there. It starts the conversation,
Yeah.
So y'all are growing microgreens. What is a microgreen?
Okay, 30 seconds or less. A microgreen is any vegetable or herb pretty much grown to its first true leaf stage and then eaten or consumed for the nutrition that's in there. There's multiple university studies showing the nutritional benefits of microgreens. So I won't labor people with that, but you can research the health of microgreens. They're very healthy. The grow rate for the microgreens that Donna and I grow is 10 days.
Oh, wow.
So unlike a farmer that has, 1,000 acres and 1,000 head of cattle, one dramatic event could really impact their farm, their ranch, or a flood could affect a farmer who has crops in the ground. We built a grow room in our basement. And we grow for 10 days. Nothing gets taller than about 4 inches, and then you just slice them off and put them either into an additional salad or a salad in and of itself. Go ahead, Donna's got something.
Or we grill with them too. They're very good. It's on top of meat, of salmon. We've made herb butter with those kinds of things. So there's a variety of ways to use microgreens. But you have to play around with it a little bit if you just don't want to just eat them in salad.
Absolutely.
Well, to do it.
They're packed full of nutrients. Is that not correct?
That's right, and that's one of the reasons is I had some eating issues. I still have some eating issues. A handful of microgreens has more nutrition packed into it than a whole head of the same plant grown to its full size.
Wow, that's so
from
neat.
University of Maryland study. So I'm not pulling that out of the air. That's repeating what the University of Maryland said.
Well, I think that's something that people and our listeners will get 100% is they know that, look, if a man and woman of both of you all's caliber is going to say something like this, there's absolutely validity behind it. And you're not going to say something willy-nilly. So absolutely, I don't think anybody would ever question that. And then all the studies just back that up, So what are y'all growing when y'all do this?
So the thing is, we can grow anything we want with in the drop of a hat. Our primary things that we grow are sunflowers. Sunflower microgreens have a ton of protein in it. So a lot of vegetarians, that helps them get protein, which they a lot of times lack in their diet.
Vegans especially. We have people that come up and look at our sunflower sprouts and say, that looks like what grows up under my bird feeder in the summer if you're feeding
That's right.
sunflower. That's exactly what they are. Okay, we're not using bird seed, but we're using organic seed. But it is a complete protein, especially if you're vegan. It's hard to come by that.
We do wheatgrass. We kind of stumbled onto that. The wheatgrass is also sold by pet companies as pet grass or cat grass. we saw it for sale, a little 3x5 container at a national pet store. They were selling it for $8. Donna and I went down and bought a bag of open wheat from our seed store here in town for less than $10.
Wow.
And we sold we sold probably 300 or 400 3x5 containers over the summer to people wanting that cat grass, and it cost us less than $9.
Well, people want healthy pets too.
Yeah, and it's funny. Donna also does organic pet treats on the side. So,
but
that
like right
beautiful.
now in the basement, we have
radish,
some
lettuce,
chard, some lettuce.
But there's some that grow quicker than others. Donna and I try to focus on things that only last 10 days.
Okay.
Because I have, you know, I don't know, shiny object syndrome.
Yeah, he has plant ADD kind of.
So 10 days is a good deal. And if Donna and I decide we want to pack up and go see family or something on the other side of the country, we just don't grow during that period. And it's just a 10-day commitment. That's the thing that is nice about it for us. A lot of other people this won't be helpful for. But we teach classes at the libraries in the area to show people that you can do this in your windowsill. You don't have to have, you know, a ton of space. You can grow a salad every week right there in your windowsill.
And that initial investment to grow that salad in the windowsill, I mean, are we talking about $150, $250, $5,000? What are we talking about?
Yeah. You're talking some nice dirt. Doesn't have to be organic. We use organic, but some nice dirt. You can use the trays that you get, clamshells that you get berries in
At the
grocery store.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, the little clear cells.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Cut those in half. You now have 2 containers to grow microgreens in. It only takes about an inch worth of dirt in each one of those, and then you blanket the top of each one of those with whatever your seed. Your seed is really your biggest expense. If you buy them in packets, you're going to pay a very large sum. If you buy them in bulk, you know, if you buy 5 pounds at a time, it's much less expensive. So your seed is going to be your big expense. And then you water it every day for 10 days, and then looks good to eat. You chop it up and you eat it.
Now, are y'all putting just normal water on there, or are you having to use nutrients in this process?
This is microgreens for dummies. You can turn this into a science fair project if you want, and you can do the pH on it, and you can have how many hours of blue light, red light, and you can do it. There are people that do it. Now, I'm a lazy person. I use the Lansing water that comes out of my spigot, and I run it through a pure water filter.
Okay.
And that gets sprayed on the plants. We use organic soil, organic peat, and vermiculite, and mix those up in a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 mix, and that's what we grow in. We don't recycle we recycle it for our personal use. We don't reuse soil for stuff that we would give to other people.
Sure. No, absolutely.
But back to your other question of how much is a startup.
Oh.
If you can buy a $10 bag of dirt and you have you know, a couple of pots in the house, you can get going. So it's very inexpensive to do.
Well, and Donna, what you guys? Go ahead, Colonel.
I tried hydroponics, and that is a large investment.
Okay.
So before you go out and start doing hydroponics, find out if you like growing plants. You know, there's some people that just cannot deal with, okay, I'm not going to touch this plant for 2 days because if I do, I'm going to overwater it or something of that nature. You know, you can overthink this stuff. It is a plant. If you do absolutely nothing to it, 9 times out of 10, it's going to do really good.
Especially as a microgreen, because you're only growing it to its first leaf. And
that's
most
so
plants
wonderful.
have enough energy with sufficient water.
Yeah. And you don't need special lighting. You can do it in your windowsill. You literally can just line these up on your windowsill as long as it gets sunlight for, you know, a good 6 hours or so.
Part of the day.
But again, don't make this a stress. Make it something fun and enjoyable. The kids, that's what we enjoy, is showing kids that their food doesn't come from